Good day, Internet. This is the Jettisoned Life Podcast. I am your host, The Block. Unfortunately, we're not able to stream on StreamYard because StreamYard and my YouTube channel are not syncing and it says it might be a few days. So we're going to do this. It's a test pilot episode, and we'll see how it goes. Work out some audio, video, any kind of problems that come along. So, what is this going to be all about? The Jettison Life Podcast. Basically, it's going to be me and maybe a guest, or maybe a panel, or maybe we'll switch out and let fans come in, where we're going to do a podcast on a variety of topics, all topics nerdy. It could be video games, it could be movies, it could be TV shows. Heck, it could be about just general science or technology. It could be about what's the Mars rover up to. Maybe topics about black holes and just space in general, technology, Bitcoin, anything nerdy, real or fantasy. And I'm excited about that because we'll have different topics, um, usually on each show. But, when the panelists come in and guests come in, who knows where the show will come in. So it's live, it's semi formatted, but it's semi unscripted. So it's it's somewhat unplugged. So I'm excited about it. So what we're going to be doing on today's episode is basically just testing the waters, testing everything out, making sure everything works, making sure you guys can hear me, um, basically laying out the format of the show. So normally the show's going to be about an hour. And like I said, the topics will vary. Um, Usually we'll post beforehand kind of what our general idea of topics are going to be. It could be one topic, it could be many, and then we'll just go from there, depending on who's available over at the NerdTube. I could have a revolving door of co-host or panelist or whatever you want to call them. And they'll bring things to the table that maybe they want to talk about, but we'll try to stick to a few basic core topics. And if we go off topic, but still talking nerddom, that's okay. Again, that's the central idea. Central idea. Central idea. I got it. It's live. What are you gonna do? Um, is to keep things nerdy. We're not gonna talk about anything too crazy. No current events. Like no politics, religion kind of stuff. Keep it nerdy and respect everyone else's opinion. Um, no cursing at anybody, no, general hatred, basic rules of being on the internet, common decency to other people. My cat is staring at the floor. Um, so like I said, it's going to be ranging from video games. We could be talking about Bitcoin. I don't see that happening, but it's a possibility. And what I'd like to do as we get this show rolling and evolving is bring on, maybe if we have a panelist or two, we'll bring on a fan from NerdTube or somewhere else out there on the internet that has a passion for, all things nerdy or a particular topic we're talking about. And we'll bring them on for a few minutes or maybe the whole hour. It just depends on how engaging, how fun the conversation is. I think that's the core thing I want to get out of this, is to be fun and not be like totally scripted and kind of like, we're robotic and whatnot. Because there's a lot of people out there on NerdTube, reviewing shows and video games and whatnot, and that's all fine. But here in the Jettison Life podcast, we'll kind of add the personal touch as far as, we could talk about a movie, but we're not going to go bullet point, everything we like about the movie, dislike. Just kind of like more of a casual conversation. And again, we're not going to do reviews per se. We'll probably have more topics. There's tier lists that are a possibility. A tier list I've always had fun with, so we'll see. But mostly it'll be like a live back and forth. Um, and I'm excited. And I hope I can get some other people in here and we can kind of feed off each other. And I think that's what the best part of being in a community like NerdTube. But I think if we can add this little element, the more um, col- not collaborative, but more the communication involving more of our fans and subscribers in the conversations, in the debates, in the formulation of like topics, so feel more part of the show. And I know personally, that makes me feel more connected to either a channel, or if you're talking big, you know, big world, real world stuff, like more connected to a product or a service or a company when I feel like my opinion matters or they're listening to me. Um, it always just feels part. It always feels good to be part of a community. So that's kind of the rundown of Jettison Life podcast, and we will get a new episode out. We're gonna start it monthly, but it could be weekly. We're just gonna go with the flow, keep it casual, have fun. That's the main bullet points, engagement with the community at large, the nerd community, the nerd community. Bring a variety of topics, have fun, be respectful, and I'm really excited. And I hope I could get some other people involved in this, and we'll grow. And it's not really about one YouTuber or one personality. It's about the whole community and to have fun. So that's pretty much my message here, and that's pretty much my pilot. Thank you all for watching. Have a supery dupery day.